but then Atletico decided to attack the market. Hey guys, welcome back on the channel. Fabrizio Romano here as always to keep you posted on the transfer market. Today guys, the big news: Atletico, Chelsea, Man City, but also what's going on with Sancho, Osimhen and more. Let's jump into it together. And so guys, while I'm recording this video, the big here we go is expected soon. Maybe while you're watching this video is already there, for many deals in a crazy domino around Europe, because Atletico Madrid are closing in on the deal to sign Julian Alvarez from Manchester City. Record sale for Man City, 75 million euros guaranteed fee plus 20 million euros in add-ons, 95 million euros for Julian Alvarez, a player who they signed just a few years ago for 14 million pounds. An incredible deal for Atletico Madrid, because they get one of the best talents in his position in the world, but also a fantastic deal in terms of financials for Manchester City, because they get 95 million euros package, add-ons included, for Julian Alvarez, who they signed for 14 million pounds. So an excellent move for both clubs. Julian Alvarez is negotiating his contract while I'm recording, but soon is expected to be completed, so let's see when they clarify the details. It's going to be a 5-year contract. The agent of the player, Fernando Hidalgo, is in Europe to close the deal. Julian Alvarez ready for the medical. He already spoke to Diego Simeone, who wants Julian Alvarez at Atletico Madrid as soon as possible. This deal is directly linked, as I was explaining you in the recent days, to other two deals. The first one is Conor Gallagher, because Conor Gallagher is set to fly to Madrid today. The private flight is already booked for Conor Gallagher after the exclusive news 2 nights ago. You remember that crazy moment? It was 4 a.m. in the morning. Conor Gallagher said yes to Atletico Madrid after negotiations taking almost 1 week. So it was a complicated story for Conor Gallagher, but he said yes to Atletico Madrid. He accepted the contract terms. It's a 5-year deal for Conor Gallagher at Atletico Madrid, and now he's ready to fly, have his medical, and sign the contract as new Atleti player. Chelsea will make 40 million euros out of that Conor Gallagher deal. So that's the fee for Conor Gallagher. 40 million euros guaranteed for Chelsea for Conor Gallagher. But then in the same deal, separate obviously officially, but in the same conversation, in the same discussion, let's say like this: Chelsea sign Samu Omorodion from Atletico Madrid, a player they wanted in June. They had a bid rejected, 30 million euros plus add-ons. Atletico said no. Atletico didn't want to sell the player. The player was also very happy to stay at Atletico Madrid, but then Atletico decided to attack the market. After they lost the race for Artem Dovbyk, who joined Roma, they signed Alexander Sorloth from Villarreal, and they are about to sign Julian Alvarez from Manchester City, and so no more space for Samu Omorodion. So all set now for Samu Omorodion to join Chelsea. Agreement done with the player, is a contract valid for the next 7 years for the Spanish striker, and also all done between the two clubs. The fee, from what I understand, is gonna be 35 million pounds. So this is the value of the package for Samu Omorodion from Atletico Madrid to Chelsea. The player is set for medical, has accepted the move, and so one more striker for Enzo Maresca. And it's important to see also what Chelsea will decide to do at the end of the market with Marc Guiu, the talent who joined from Barcelona. 7 million euros release clause triggered, and now they have to decide whether they want to continue with Marc Guiu in the squad for the season or send him on loan. Who is expected to leave Chelsea is still David Datro Fofana. Leicester are interested, also other clubs showing interest including Stuttgart, and then also keep an eye on Armando Broja, who is also expected to leave Chelsea in the final weeks of this summer transfer window. The priority for Chelsea is a permanent transfer for both of them. Could be loan with obligation, could be permanent transfer, but Chelsea want to generate profit with these two players. So this crazy domino is about to be completed. Let's wait for the formal steps, for the confirmations, but this is a big story around Europe involving Atletico Madrid, involving Manchester City with a record sale, involving Manchester City also to understand who they're going to sign to replace Julian Alvarez. Could be a different kind of move, maybe not a traditional number 9, maybe a winger, and so using a false 9 when Erling Haaland is not available or when they want to rotate. So let's see what Manchester City will decide to do, but also involving Chelsea because they will have Samu Omorodion and they sell Conor Gallagher. It was a priority for them not to have another case similar to Tony Rudiger. But also other things are happening. Let me clarify something on Joao Felix. Joao Felix was mentioned as potential part of the negotiation between Manchester City and Atletico Madrid for Julian Alvarez. Some reports in Spain suggesting of Julian Alvarez and Joao Felix to be part of sort of swap deal. Julian Alvarez was always going to be an Atletico Madrid player without any other player involved in the story. So Joao Felix was never a possibility for Manchester City. Man City have different kind of ideas, different kind of plans. They respect Joao Felix, obviously, but this is not something that they are considering to do at this point of the transfer window. For Joao Felix, keep your eyes on Aston Villa because the appreciation of Aston Villa is still there. Unai Emery, Aston Villa manager, really loves Joao Felix, but it's still not clear where Joao Felix will go. It's still not decided. It's still not something being decided now, but let me clarify that it's not part of the story with Julian Alvarez negotiations. Then I'm receiving still many questions on Jadon Sancho future. Guys, I can guarantee that nothing has changed on Jadon Sancho, at least as of today. So there is still a possibility for Jadon Sancho to leave Manchester United in the summer transfer window. We have to keep the door open for the potential exit of Jadon Sancho, but at the moment still not advancing to important stages of negotiations. Paris Saint-Germain have an interest. Paris Saint-Germain spoke to the agents of the player. I already told you about that 2 and 3 weeks ago. So PSG have Jadon Sancho in their list, but to say that PSG are now close to signing Jadon Sancho is not correct from what I'm told, because we are not yet at that stage of the conversation, at that stage of the negotiation. So it's a possibility, still a possibility for Sancho to leave, but still not guaranteed and still not advanced in this case with Paris Saint-Germain. Let's see also what Man United decide to do on Jadon Sancho, because the decision of the club, the decision of Ineos and Erik ten Hag is also important to understand the future steps for Jadon Sancho. And then, as always, many questions, guys, on Victor Osimhen. We keep receiving many different informations from Italy, from England, completely different. Guys, I can guarantee that on Victor Osimhen, in the last 48 hours, nothing has changed from what I told you last week. And nothing will change today or tomorrow, with Chelsea, I mean, because the situation is still very clear. Chelsea interest in Victor Osimhen remains, and is an active interest. They are having conversations with Napoli, because we know that Napoli want to sign Romelu Lukaku. Napoli will go for Romelu Lukaku. Napoli have an agreement with Romelu Lukaku, but for Osimhen and Chelsea, the situation is still the same. The interest is still there, but for Chelsea is only possible to proceed with the creative formula or with a loan. The player at the moment is not accepting. Today, yesterday, last week, then in the next weeks, I don't know. But as of today, he's not accepting a loan move to Chelsea. So the player is not considering a loan, and the player is not lowering his wages. He's not going to reduce his salary. Victor Osimhen will not change his salary for sure. So it all depends on the formula of the deal. It's for Chelsea, it's for PSG, it's for Saudi clubs. Everything remains open because Osimhen wants to leave Napoli in the summer transfer window, but still nothing changing today. When something will change, I will be here and I will tell you. And so, guys, let me know your thoughts on this crazy domino, but also Osimhen, Sancho, Joao Felix. I wait for your opinion here in comments. Like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. Ciao, see you soon.